not be in this country, don't you?
That's absolutely right. And if anything, this story tells us that when you deport somebody, they don't stay deported, they come back. So you can't deport your way out of our immigration problem because he did come back. All these were non-violent. All these were non-violent offenses. They were drug and alcohol crimes. He had no record. He wasn't an MS-13 gangbanger who had a history of killing people. You got to understand, this was never a good case.
He was a felon. He was deported. Keep him out.
It's a felony when you come back into the country after you've been removed once before.
Ruben, I do actually agree with you. I do agree with you.
This was never a good case. This was never good.
One at a time. Steve.
The reason that the deportations have not been working, though, is because we don't have control of our border. We're getting control, thank goodness, under President Trump, but we need that wall. And
I have to disagree.
One at a time.
Once he is done with his sentence for his gun charge, once he is done, this creep needs to be deported immediately, and we need to build that wall so that he can never come back to the United States.
Ruben,
so this is about the wall. It's about employers hiring illegal immigrants. When they interviewed this suspect at the very beginning, they said, "Why'd you come to San Francisco?" His first answer, "I saw the interview live. I came to work in the restaurant industry. I came for a job." Not because it was a sanctuary. There's no such thing as a sanctuary city. In Steve's city of Chicago, my city of San Diego, today, right now, immigration agents are arresting people in our cities. It's not true.
But the local police are not.
Hold on a second. Ruben, it is a sanctuary city because he was arrested and he was deported out of San Francisco, but he kept coming back because it was San Francisco and they were turning a blind eye. Steve Cortes.
Yeah, he's saying he came back for the job. So the fact is that the sheriff has said repeatedly that ICE never asked for or issued a warrant in this case. If ICE wanted it so badly, they could have issued a warrant for him. When it all went bad, everybody pointed the fingers. Cops were pointing the fingers at each other.
Sure.
This was never the perfect test case.
That was always the problem with employers who hire undocumented aliens. All right, Steve Cortes will give you the final word.
Well, look, also, sadly, this is hardly an isolated case. Just in California alone, Sandra Duran in Los Angeles, Jameel Shaw Jr., a young football star, both killed by multiple times deported and convicted illegal immigrants allowed to stay in that sanctuary jurisdiction. There are sanctuary, again, I hate the term outlaw cities. There are outlaw cities in this country that are preventing the cops on the ground from cooperating with ICE to get known dangerous people out of here. That lunacy has to stop. President Trump, I implore you to take even more action in this regard.
Well, it is a shocking verdict, and I know both of you were expecting him to be convicted of, in your case, Ruben, manslaughter. That didn't happen. And Steve, I know you wanted a murder charge and a conviction. Yes. All right, guys, thank you very much for the conversation this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, just about 20 miles north of where I'm sitting, Todd Pyro is 350 feet off the ground, about to rappel off the side of that building. It's a Fox and Friends tradition, and it's coming up next.